everybody, welcome back to my channel. Glad you could be here. I recently purchased a few new books that I'm pretty excited to tell you about. One in particular I'm very excited to tell you about. But before we get into it, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and get your notifications so you don't miss my future videos. Share with your friends so that they can see my content too. And now that that's said, here we go with my new books. Oh, hey guys, one quick side note here. This book haul video is courtesy of the fact that I met a fellow YouTuber, Elliot at my local used bookstore. So shout out to her. I'm going to post a link down in the description so you don't miss out on her stuff as well. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled content. The first one is Perdido Street Station by China Miéville. It is set in a steampunk fantasy world, Victorian style, and it follows a scientist named Isaac who has a chance encounter with a creature that is half human, half bird, and a series of events supposedly unfold as the story progresses that is quite terrifying and causes a huge metamorphosis to occur in the city. The city's name is New Crobuzon, and Perdido Street Station is the train station at the heart of the city. So I don't know much more about it other than that. I've been told that China is an excellent author to read. His writing style is supposedly quite different and unique, but very engrossing. And this is, from what I've been told anyway, a gateway to his other books. So it gives me a chance to really figure out if I like him as an author and want to read more of his stuff. Because even though I have my tried and true authors that I usually read, I like to embark on something new and different every now and again. So stay tuned for a future video where I will review this book as soon as I've read it. And let's move on. The next book, which as you can see I have already started, is The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. Sapkowski is a Polish author who is known for creating The Witcher. Now, you may have played The Witcher video games. You probably know from one of my previous videos that The Witcher is going to be a new TV series on Netflix, a new Netflix original. And in that previous video, I said that I hope to get to the book before the show comes out, but it was no guarantee. Well, I got to it, and I am very excited at just how good it is. The TV series is supposedly based on The Last Wish, or at least portions of it, because The Last Wish is a book of short stories that introduce you to some of the characters, especially Geralt, the Witcher. He's a human who has been mutated to become a kind of superhuman hybrid assassin, and the Witchers are specifically hired to kill monsters for a living. So I'm really loving the book, and I highly recommend it so far anyway, but I'm very glad I finally got to it so that I will be in the know when the TV series arrives in December. So more to come on this. I'll do a full review of it once I've finished it. And let's move on to the last one. And this last one, oh, I'm so excited about. Now, one thing you should know about me, I am not a history buff, at least not American history. I do not like American history at all. I love ancient history like Egypt and Mesopotamia and Rome. You know, I really get into stuff like that. And I also get into fantasy history. And this book is, I'm sure, going to be no exception. You've heard me talk about it before. Yes, it is Fire and Blood. The first in what I understand is a two-part series of history books on the history of Westeros, specifically the Targaryen family. Yes, this is a prehistory to Game of Thrones. So, I've talked about it in a previous video. I finally got my hands on it. It's been on my most wanted list for a long time. And I finally said, okay, I'm just going to grab it and get into it because I'm very excited to read the extremely lengthy backstory in the Targaryen family. There's dragons in this book, and I mean, who doesn't love dragons? And the new Game of Thrones prequel that has been greenlit at HBO is going to feature heavily excerpts from Fire and Blood. At least that's what I understand. So, super excited to read this book. I will give you a review of it as soon as I've finished it, which may take a while because it's really meaty. It's going to have a lot of content in it. So, one thing I love about George R. R. Martin that I also loved about J.R.R. Tolkien is the world that they have just completely fleshed out for their stories. Tolkien is the master, of course, but I would say that Martin is a close second in terms of how deeply and thoroughly he has filled out his world. And from what I understand, he wrote this in a matter of a couple of months because he just had all this stuff in his head that ended up becoming a brain dump, and we got this. So, yeah, super excited about this. Let me know in the comments what you think about these books. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? Have they been on your most wanted list as well? Have you never heard of them? Let me know in the comments. And most importantly, again, make sure to share this video with your friends if you enjoyed my content. And subscribe to my channel so you get stuff in the future. Check the description of the video below because I will give links to these books in that description so that you can purchase them if you're interested. And that concludes my book haul video for today. So until the next video, make sure that you are reading more books. I'll talk to you then. Bye.